Hi, Ty at Buco.net. We're here with Dick Waterman, world-famous photographer, member of the Blues Hall of Fame. He's shot some of the latest and greatest since I don't know how long. Dick, how long have you been shooting?
I started in the early 60s. First real festival I went to was Newport 1963. Mississippi John Hurt, Bob Dylan, Pete Seeger, Joan Baez, Ian and Sylvia. That was at the beginning of the civil rights, when folk music and civil rights began to intertwine in a political way, 63.
Who's the first musician that you ever shot?
I think probably Joan Baez, because I went to Boston University with her, and she played little clubs in the neighborhood. So I photographed her, I don't know, 60, 61, something like that.
Who would you say, I mean, you've met so many people, so many of the greats, I mean, but random question here, who's the craziest person you ever met?
Little Richard is in a separate league. Little Richard is just a little bit crazier than, as crazy as you think a person can be. Little Richard is out there a little farther than that.
And I'd have thunk it was Jim Morrison or Janis Joplin or somebody.
No, they were really weird off stage. Little Richard just lives weird. We're speaking, of course, as they're holding for memorial services for Michael Jackson, who I never met. But I can't imagine him being stranger or weirder than Little Richard.
And I read the other day in Rolling Stone, I think he showed up to some event with Chuck Berry and he was in a wheelchair. That's hard to believe, Little Richard in a wheelchair. I don't know if it's temporary or not, but I imagine he'll be just as crazy. Do you think so?
As strange as he is, he did a wonderful job of officiating at Charles Brown's funeral as a reverend. I don't know if he's an ordained minister, but he'll get up there and take charge. So he was the minister at Charles Brown's funeral.
And I think Michael Jackson actually closed the casket. Is there anything then finally that you'd like to say just about the Waterfront Blues Festival in general? Anything at all?
Well, there are so many festivals that's just business as usual, business as usual. The fact that this is a benefit for the food bank and a real bargain price, it's a feel-good festival, and people come back know that it's a real hassle-free. The security here is very, very laid back. They treat you well. You come in, you listen to the music, you behave yourself, and it's a good festival. It's a good festival to know 4th of July. I'm going to be with good people that I look forward to seeing 4th of July weekend.
Security is very good here. They took my damn flask when I showed up. Well, Dick, thanks a lot. It was a pleasure meeting you. We'll be back at Buco.net. Thanks.